Hello everyone, I hope that you are well. I am Arkayla if you're new here, and every single week I do a free oracle card reading to offer you guidance and support for your year ahead. However, this week I am really feeling to just do the reading without the cards. And I wasn't expecting that, but as I sat and I've actually got a pack of cards right here, I just kept getting, just do the reading. So I'm just going to run with it because this is how I have been taught to do what I do. It's been a journey of continual exploration and trust, profound trust. And in that process, I have been able to overcome the limitations of what I think I can or cannot do. And so this is a living example of this, and I felt to share the whole process as honestly with you as I can, and so this is what I'm doing. So if you would like to choose a number between 1 and 4, then please do so. Just feel into what number feels right to you, and then just go to the numbers in the copy below this video and choose the number that feels right to you. Just click on it and it will take you directly to your reading. Equally, if you feel to watch a couple of the numbers or even all of them, then do so. Just do whatever feels right. That's the name of the game. And I will see you at your reading. So if you chose number 1, what's coming through very clearly is this energy of feeling constricted. Really a sense of feeling very trapped and lost, a sense of feeling suppressed and hopeless. And this might be because of a situation that you're in or a physical health experience. And grief is actually the primary emotion that is present. And whether that is conscious for you or not, what I'm being told is that the reason you're going through this is to provide access to grief and to allow yourself to transmute grief that is in you. And this isn't just necessarily your own grief. This can be the grief of your family, your bloodlines, and it might be grief that has come from a karmic level. Something you've experienced many times in past lives, but not had the opportunity to really express and therefore transform. Because it is through the deep feelings of our emotions that we are able to, rather the deep feeling of our emotions, so to feel our feelings. When we do this, we actually transform them, which is why people find it so hard to move forward sometimes, because they don't want to feel what is coming up for them. It feels too much or scary or not controllable. And so they put it off or they distract themselves, very common thing to do, instead of simply sitting and allowing themselves to just be really present with what's coming up for them. And this could be a series of thoughts, so a series of beliefs about yourself that are coming up. You might feel that you're looping a lot at the moment mentally. And what's coming through is that this isn't working against you. This is working for you. It's allowing you to really make time for what has been in your system for a long time and to honor it. And in the process of doing that, to move through it. And this is something you've been wanting to do for a very long time. You've been wanting to move forward in certain areas of your life, if not all of it. And yet the key to that has been feeling the emotions you've actually been avoiding. And so this is why there's this sense of constriction, because what's coming through is the really powerful invitation to sit with what is present. And it's almost like you have no choice. And there again is that constriction. And so it's really a matter of you trusting the process, allowing time to unfold, allowing yourself to move through this experience very gently, really showing up for yourself as you go through this discomfort from a place of, okay, it's time and I've got you. And we're just going to sit with this and it's going to be okay. And if you can find the time, if you can make the time actually, because I feel like that's really the invitation, is for you to prioritize you right now. And again, this is something that has been tricky for you. And that's fair enough, because we've been conditioned to put the needs of others before our own. And as well-meaning as this may have been at the time, it actually has the reverse effect, because we can't show up for others if we haven't shown up for ourselves. Our cup is not full unless we prioritize it. And as I say that, I am being shown myself how I could be better at that. Just so you know, we're all in this together. So, this is the reality of what's happening right now. We're moving from old energy to new energy, and we're all doing it together in our own unique ways, but as a collective. And we're each being powerfully directed to where we can support ourselves better. So what's coming through for you for this week is, do not see this as some sort of punishment or sign that you've got something wrong, or that you're blocked or broken or not able to transform or not able to heal. If these are the stories, I never heal, or I can't heal, or I can't move forward, everyone else has what I want, I'm not as good as anyone else. If these are the stories, I'm calling them out because I want to really help you see they are stories, and that they don't need to hold you back any longer. That you can sit with them. It's not that you need to fix them or negotiate with them or prove them wrong or shut them up. Just watch them. Oh, there's that thought again. That old chestnut. I see you. It's all good. But not to put any energy into them, not to make them your truth, but rather just let them fly by on the river and let them do their thing, but don't engage. And in that process, you can really assist yourself in observing how powerful you are, that you don't need to line up with every thought that comes into your head. You can choose. So family is also a big theme for you this week. Our full moon is in Cancer, which is very tender emotions, particularly around the home. So it could make sense that family is highlighted for you. And particularly with what you perceive to be family. So what I'm getting is, this doesn't literally necessarily mean your blood relatives. This could be the people at work that your team that you consider family maybe, or your friendship group that you consider family. This is going to be a tender place for you this week. So just go gently with that. Be aware that what's coming up is, again, shining light on the parts of us and the experience we're having more generally, to make changes, to transform, to acknowledge. This full moon will always shine light on all the shadows, in order to support our ability to be more balanced, more whole, more integrated. So for you, for this week, that sense of constriction is an invitation for you to prioritize self-care. The theme around family, close ties, close relationships could be a tender space, so just go gently. So these are the two themes that are coming up strongly: self-care and family. And how you can navigate that this week with as much conscious awareness as possible. And in the process, constantly holding yourself in this space of, this is working for me. This is all working for me. I don't have to make this work. All I need to do is trust and allow people, places, opportunities, and things to show me the way. So I hope that this is helpful, and sending you love for your beautiful, tender, but transformative week ahead. I'll see you again soon. If you chose number 2, what's coming up for you is sensuality. So there's this really beautiful, sensual, yummy energy that's coming through. And actually what's coming through strongly is an exploration of your relationship with your sensuality. So this is about your relationship with your body, your relationship with your sexuality, your relationship with your intimacy. So intimacy is about trust. Intimacy isn't just sex. In fact, that's really the periphery of what intimacy is. Intimacy is about trusting either yourself or someone else to unconditionally receive all of you, all of your light, all of your dark, and all that beautiful blend of grey that sits between. And in the process of us unconditionally meeting all these parts of ourselves, we develop an intimacy with ourselves, a real rapport of trust, of respect, of belonging. And so this sensual energy is really speaking to play with your senses. Play with the smell, the touch, the feel, the sound, all the sensual experiences that you can this week, and use it as a gateway to find deeper presence with yourself, deeper intimacy with yourself. Because what they're saying is that as you play with these different aspects of you, you will experience yourself through different perspectives. In some cases, you may find yourself triggered. You might hear a sound or sense or smell something that feels triggering to you, for example. And instead of retracting from this thought, feeling, experience, what you're being invited to do is accept it. Not because it's good or bad, but simply because it is there. Okay, so this is what this is taking us to, actually, is understanding the power of acceptance and self-acceptance particularly. So really coming into this understanding of you are acceptable in every possible way. And this isn't to mean that you are good or right in every conceivable way. Being acceptable is me, for example, is me having a thought that says, I'm not good enough. And me observing that thought and saying to myself, I accept that thought. Another example, I'm fat, I'm stupid, I'm ugly, I'm poor, I'm whatever it might be. Something that is probably going to be triggering and unpleasant for you. I accept this. I accept this belief that I can't attract abundance. I accept this belief that it's not fair, that other people are wealthy or successful and I'm not. I accept the belief that I can't be healthy and strong, that my body doesn't heal. I accept the belief that I am selfish. I accept the belief that I hate myself. Okay, so I'm going for some really punchy examples. But these are ones, just so you know, that I hear a lot from lots of clients and are common. These thoughts and feelings affect so many of us, all of us at some point. And this is the key here. It's not giving energy to the parts of us that can undo ourselves. It's honoring their existence. It's bearing witness to them and accepting them. And in the process, holding space for them. That beautiful intimacy aspect, holding space. That's what that is. It's me sitting with myself when I'm having a difficult time mentally and holding space for it and meeting all these old thoughts, old beliefs that might come up from my childhood with so much compassion and so much acceptance. It's like my elder steps forward and holds space for the wounded child that wants to come up and shout and scream for a bit. And in holding space for her, I watch her calm and return to the golden inner child that I know she is. And then I too return to peace and holding and loving. And that yummy, yummy, yummy feeling. And this is the sensual feeling that's coming through, which is available to you so powerfully this week. And I feel like you're going to be able to access this in so many different ways, through your creativity, through conversation, through having fun with friends. I see lots of belly laughs in some cases, and those deep, rich moments of just complete alignment with the people around you that feels so fulfilling. And lovely moments in nature where you're just in those beautiful states of agape, where everything feels so incredibly beautiful and perfect, and you recognize that you're part of this wonderful world and life. So this week is a beautiful week with so many beautiful moments, and the deep underlying invitation within all of it is to expand your intimate relationship with yourself through unconditional loving acceptance. Yum. What a corker. And if you feel you cannot accept yourself for something that you have done, that's okay too. I cannot accept this. You see? It's all possible. And there is no right or wrong. And that's kind of what this is all about. It's helping you step out of that polarity and come into that unconditionality of acceptance of self. What a beautiful invitation, a beautiful opportunity, and also a beautiful recognition of the work you have done to bring yourself to this place. So honoring you for that. Have a wonderful week. I hope this is helpful, and I'll see you again next week. Take care. So if you chose number 3, I just see this lion roaring. And so it feels to me like courage. There's a lot of courage being invited in this week, which is interesting because it's a full moon in Cancer, which is really about sensitivity and gentleness and home. And I'm not an astrologer, so maybe there's a big piece here I'm missing, so bear with me. But what's coming through energetically, I can tell you that. If there's an astrologer out there that can add context to this around the lion, I'd love to hear it. But what's coming through, as I said, is this lion that is inviting you into a deeper level of courage around believing in yourself. So it feels to me that you're preparing to leap. You're preparing to really back yourself in a way I feel you haven't necessarily been able to up till now, for whatever the reasons are. And also, just to highlight, it's not because you've done anything wrong, and it's not because you should have done this sooner. It's simply where you are right now, and the timing is divine and perfect. But what's coming up for you this week is this extra nudge in the right direction. And it's coming in this really beautiful way. You know, sometimes when we're finding courage, it's because we feel like it's almost angry, and that's where the courage comes from. And this is actually one of the ways anger works for us. We get so judgmental about anger. But actually, you know, anger can be the reason that you left the man that didn't treat you right. Or, you know, you told the bully at work that this behavior wasn't good enough and that you were leaving, and you looked after yourself, you know, and I'm bringing this up because firstly, there doesn't need to be judgment around your anger. And secondly, it actually feels like your courage this week will come from a steadier place than this. It feels like the courage that's coming up this week is coming from a place of deep soul remembering. In fact, I feel like you've already experienced it. So it's like you've been practicing this energy, this vibration. You haven't been able to maintain it yet. And this week is going to be the start of you being able to hold this frequency inside yourself and really step into it in a much more powerful way. And that's where it's like this big momentum, that's the word I need. It's like this surge of momentum is coming in. And they're showing me it through the visage of a lion. And it feels like courage, but it feels like power. It's like self-belief, self-knowing. And it's coming up from your soul self. It's coming up from the deep remembering of who you are on a multidimensional soul self level. So it's going to come in, it's going to feel strong, it's going to feel powerful, and it's going to feel easy. Because when it comes from the soul, it's part of who you are. So actually all you're doing is doing you, which is the easiest thing you can do. And any aspects of you that have struggled to accept this part of you, because equally, when we truly allow more and more of ourselves to be present in our lives, it can rock the boat. You know, we can be in dynamics with people that are unconscious, that are often putting us in places where we aren't in our power. It's often to please the other. And so this week, as you start to really embody this frequency of self-knowing, your ability to upset people might also be highlighted, because you are going to come into a place where you don't care so much about how you're received by others, because you will finally be recognizing and prioritizing the way you feel about yourself is the priority. So this is going to be a really powerful week, a really great week, actually. And so I feel this is really a heads up about what to expect from yourself this week, and to let things go. Whatever comes up through you, let it have free reign. Whatever you lose or gain from that experience, don't get too attached to it. Don't get too in your head about it. Let it flow, let it flow, let it flow, because they're telling me this is just the beginning. That as you continue to align and embody and hold this beautiful, yummy frequency, you're going to care less in a good way. You're going to become more steady in what's right for you. And as you do that, you will start to attract more people, situations, and opportunities that are aligned with the person you're becoming, and you will shed that which is not really helpful to you. So let what isn't for you go, and let what is for you have the space to come in. And the way that we allow space is by not filling it. That's all we have to do, is not fill the space around ourselves with words, with things, with people, but just let there be space. Wow. I'm excited for you, Lion. What an amazing week ahead. Have a wonderful time. Have a powerful time. And I look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye-bye. If you chose number 4, it feels to me as though something is very gently taking off. And gentleness is really the theme here, because there's really an invitation for less efforting. But I feel like you know this. I feel like you're already very much in the practice of not trying, not striving. You've already fully understood and recognized that life is flowing for you regardless. And that really your only job is to allow, to continue to step back, to continue to let go of the beliefs that you need to, you must, you have to, you should do certain things. And actually, you understand that really your only job is to allow. Allow things to unfold for you. Allow ideas that come into your being from either the outside or from within to sit and percolate and decide, does this feel good to me? And if so, to follow it. And if not, to let it go. But not from a place of, I have to make this happen. From a place of, this is already happening. I will support it, but I don't have to make it happen. And I feel like I don't need to explain that, because if it doesn't already fully make sense, it's going to this week. And for those of you that do understand it, keep practicing it, because you're doing it really perfectly. There's a real level of mastery here. You have been working on yourself for a very long time. There's a lot of honoring for you. There's a lot of recognition for the soul that you are, powerful soul. And that you are coming into a place of this gentleness, which is going to offer you so much support. Because this gentleness is really a mark of where you are, but it's also an invitation into a deeper and more profound understanding of where you are in context to the universe. I feel as though there's also going to be a great level of insight coming in for you, a deeper level of insight. You're going to come across someone or something that will open a door for you to understand something in a more profound way, because you're ready for it. So really, there isn't much to actively do. In fact, there's nothing to actively do. It's the complete opposite of that, as I've explained. It's really about honoring who you are, honoring what you've become, and being open to expanding your perspective in some way, because there's an invitation for that coming in. Yeah, I feel like you've kind of come to a place on a certain vibration, which is coming into completion in this really beautiful, steady way. And now a new portal is opening, which is going to obviously, as ever, include a new landscape of self-understanding and expansion. So, beautiful, beautiful place to be. I hope this is helpful. Have a wonderful week, and I'll see you again soon.